Vice President Kashim Shettima says the federal government has shifted Nigeria's flood response from reactive disaster relief to proactive preparedness. Shettima said this during a meeting of the Anticipatory Action Task Force on Floods at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He said the traditional approach of mobilizing relief after floods was no longer sustainable. The initiative, he noted, aligns with global frameworks such as the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, the Sustainable Development Goals, and Paris Agreement on Climate Change.
Climate change is for real, and there is an incestuous relationship between economy and ecology in the Sahelian zone. But the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. This is the first time in the history of this nation that efforts are made for anticipatory action, for us to pool our resources and see how we can address our challenges proactively instead of reactively. But most importantly, we have started talking. And it aligns with global frameworks such as the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction, the Sustainable Development Goals, the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, and the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope Agenda 6 and 8 by building a healthier, more educated, and empowered populace to boost resilience and improving governance for effective service delivery through our collaboration and coordination.
The United Nations resident and humanitarian coordinator in Nigeria, Muhammad Fall, said the United States' suspension of humanitarian funding was a wake-up call for the global body to be more efficient.
Because as you all know, the humanitarian world now is confronted with shrinking funding, and this call for what we call increased efficiency in the way we manage resources that are more and more scarce. And I think anticipatory action is one of them. Instead of waiting until disaster or shock hit, you start running after the solutions. It's better to be in a more prepared and a better prepared mode. And I think that's one of the angles that we wanted to take here also, to see how in our increased efficiency we can use also more anticipatory action.
The Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency outlined ongoing efforts to enhance disaster preparedness. She said these include developing the hazard risk countrywide analysis, a document aimed at strengthening Nigeria's resilience against flooding.
It's all about anticipatory planning, which we've already started. We held the National Coordination Forum just last week, and what we have been able to achieve today is the various stakeholders have been brought together, and it's more about disaster risk reduction. And we've already swung into action. We've been looking at the lessons learned from the 2024 floods, and we've started taking action against the 2025. Now, this is a much broader gathering. We're looking at even infrastructure and other things that could cause floods, and it's a means of prevention.